with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Good afternoon, I'm Elspeth Meisner, and thank you for joining us for your Erie News Now Weekend NOWCAST. We start today as local groups are teaming up to keep our area healthy through a variety of projects going on in our area. Local officials, including the Community Blood Bank, LECOM, and minority leaders are all teaming up today for a blood drive and vaccination clinic. It started at 10 a.m. this morning and runs until 3 p.m. at Second Baptist Church in East Erie. Organizers say minority communities have been underserved with vaccine clinics, so this weekend's event will keep people from falling ill while also helping people who need blood.
Vaccine is available, it's ready, it's in stock. We're not in the position where we were in January or late December of last year where we were awaiting supplies. And I fear that we'll be wasting vaccine because vaccine has a certain expiration date associated with it. So if it doesn't get consumed this summer, it's not going to be available for fall.
There's also a major incentive for people who donate blood today at the Second Baptist Church and for those who get the COVID-19 shot. $10 cash on the spot for those getting a shot and a $10 gift card to Country Fair for blood donors. Sticking with COVID-19, federal health and drug officials say if you've been fully vaccinated, then you do not need a booster shot. At least not yet. The CDC and the FDA released a joint statement saying the agencies are engaged in a science-based, rigorous process to consider whether or not a booster shot might be necessary. Right now, boosters don't seem necessary. The two-dose shot appears to provide strong protection, but Pfizer says its early data shows a third dose providing an even stronger immune response. And it might still be summer outside, but the school year is already on the minds of many parents and health officials. School will look a lot more normal this upcoming fall, according to U.S. health officials. They say vaccinated teachers and students don't need to wear masks inside school buildings. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announced new guidelines on Friday. The guidelines are broad, lacking specific details, instead leaving those up to individual school districts. Districts will also have to come up with measures to keep unvaccinated students safe. The biggest problem will likely be in middle schools, where some students are eligible for shots and others aren't. Local leaders said they're already making plans up to fix this. We also talked to Erie Public Schools. The district didn't release a specific plan yet, instead saying it will follow all CDC guidance. And today's weather is perfect to get outside and maybe even golf a little bit. And that's where many people are spending their time for a good cause this afternoon. Today is the first annual Be a Dog golf tournament. At Whispering Woods, this event benefits the Defiant Scholars campaign. It was started last year by Northeast native Ian Malashevsky. In 2016, he suffered a spinal cord injury while in a wrestling tournament. Since then, he has gone on to complete high school and is now entering his senior year of college. He started this campaign to make sure other young men and women had the same chance of continuing their education, just like he did.
I'm an individual with a disability, and I know the troubles and the roadblocks students with disabilities face when trying to pursue a higher education, trying to go to college. We just really want to break down the barriers, break down the stereotypes, and help students with all types of disabilities attend college and eventually join the workforce.
Coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, hear how long it took to put this whole event together and the big turnout they had for their first big fundraiser for the campaign. The summertime often means lots of heritage festivals all around our area, and one of the region's most popular festival is happening this weekend. The Assumption Greek Orthodox Church kicked off its 33rd annual Greek Fest on Friday. Our Kristen Allen has more on the popular festival.
Greek Fest is a long-standing tradition for many around our region.
We would fill up a couple cars full of people and drive here because this festival always rocked.
Peter Zohos has been to most of the Greek festivals here in Erie, road tripping to the city from Cleveland with his family, all to celebrate his heritage.
Even from our Greek community in Cleveland, we'd come up here, and then it just became this summer thing that we did.
It's a fun time for young parishioners too.
So many people here. We were kind of dead at the beginning, and then dinner came.
10-year-old Elena Meeker has gone to Greek Fest as long as she can remember. This year she's happy to be back volunteering.
I love working with everyone here. Everyone's so nice, and they help me a lot.
Organizers say this year's festival is much different than ones of years past, but much better than the drive-through event in 2020. Still, it was maybe the most difficult festival they've ever planned.
Kept saying, okay, we're going to wait one more month and see what happens. Normally we start in February and March. Obviously this year we weren't sure. And the last thing you want to do is have 8,000 hot dogs and have nobody give them to.
Luckily, the turnout exceeded the church's expectations for day one, and all of those hot dogs found their way to a plate.
Funds from this year's Greek Fest will go to support some much-needed construction here at Erie's Greek Orthodox Church. Organizers tell me they couldn't be more thrilled with the hundreds of people who came out to support them and their mission.
We just appreciate anybody that came out here, and we're going to do it bigger and better next year.
Certainly looks like a lot of fun for day one. Day two of the Greek Fest continues today, just started at noon, and it continues till 7 o'clock tonight. So plenty of time to get some of those famous Greek dogs and gyros. Well, that does it for this edition of the Erie News Now Weekend Nowcast. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to tune in to Erie News Now at 6 for the latest news, weather, and sports. Have a wonderful Saturday.